Assalamu alaikum, bonjour, namaste, and the greetings in the name of the Lord Christ Jesus. This is Vajiha Farhan, and I am here with a new video, new topic, and some new information. My today's topic is maybe new for some of you, and maybe some of you know about it, but I personally wanted to share this with you, and this is from the theme of Canada. I am sharing today a story of a gentleman, a story of inspirational Canadian hero, which I personally believe that I should do that. And why I wanted to do that, I will let you know at the end. So please keep watching and I will definitely tell you. And today's story is about Terry Fox, a young boy, an inspirational Canadian hero who had showed the bravery, determination, courage in the eyes or in the face of adversity. And the Terry Fox was born in Winnipeg, the city where I live, and in 1958. He was a regular, common, simple boy, and they were four siblings. Like they were four, and he was number two out of four. In 1966, their family moved from Winnipeg because Winnipeg is a cold city and it's very cold, and their parents they did not like that much cold, so they moved towards the west end of the country. So Terry Fox was a regular boy. He was good at education. He was good at academics, but he was more interested and he was better in sports. And he always liked basketball game, and he was always into the sports and the games all the time. So he was in the team of the high school, of the like basketball team in the high school, and then he got the admission in the university, and there he also joined the basketball team. And like all students, like all athletes, he used to feel pain sometime in his different parts of the body. But it is very common, as we all know, when you're playing so much and we are working out so much, you do feel pains. But one fine morning, he could not get up, and he was just 19 years old. He just started his university, and his knee, his legs, like one of his knee was so much in pain. And then he was taken to the hospital. And when he went to the hospital, he was diagnosed with a tumor on his right knee, and which was malignant. At that time, there was not many researchers. There was not a lot of known about the cancer. So the only treatment was that the doctor wanted to amputate his leg from above the knee. It was not that easy, and just in 4 days' time, because they wanted to do it as soon as possible. And at that time, doctors told him that because of, if he would had diagnosed 2 years earlier, then maybe his chances were lesser to survive than now, because of that research has been done. That because of that research, he has the more chances. He has 50 to 70% chances to survive. So that thing was the first thing which came into his mind, that the research plays a big role in the cure of cancer. Then again, he has his dreams to be a sportsman. He has his dreams to go further on. And with this leg, amputation of the leg, it was very hard on him. And it is hard on all of us if we have dream to do something or we don't have. It is very common. It is very normal thing. And it is very natural thing. And then what happened? His coach, who was coaching him, a basketball coach who was in his high school team, he came to see him one day before his operation, and he showed him a newspaper in which the New York City Marathon, there was an amputee, a person who was having a fake leg, was participating in that marathon, in that walk, and that gave him like a little courage. And he told him, like his Terry's manager, Terry's coach. Oh my God, word is just
Manager, coach.
yeah. Terry's manager, he told him that he can also do that, and he can work on this too. And so the Terry stayed in the hospital after his operation, and during his chemos and all these treatments, he was kept with these young children. So he was kept in the children's ward. where he had seen the pain and the tension and the adverse uh, chemo's effects on children. And then he could not. So he was fine, he was cured, he was clean from cancer, and he got out. But he could not forget the faces of the small children. And so he tried, like, one thing is research, second, the pain of those children, and third, that news from his coach that he can walk. So he just told, and he made his mind that he want to raise some funds. He wants to raise some money for the cancer research. In the beginning, nobody believed him. It seems a big thing because he had the artificial leg. How would he walk? But he had a big hopes. He had a big dream, and he knew it is impossible. He knew it is very tough to do, but he wanted to give a try. Even his mother did not want him. He said, why don't you do for, and he made a plan, and he planned to walk from one end of the Canada, from east coast of the Canada to the west coast of the Canada, from one end of the Canada to the other end, and he wanted to walk through all 10 provinces. Canada has 10 provinces, so he wanted to go from all of them, and he wanted to collect funding, he wanted to collect money, and he wanted to bring more money for research. So he just, in the beginning, nobody was accepting, and nobody was taking it seriously. But he worked hard for 1.5 years. He did the training of how he would walk for 42 kilometers per day. So he did 1.5 years of training. And then on April 12th, 1980, when he was 21, he started his journey from the east coast and the St. John town. And he just started, he dipped his leg in Atlantic Ocean, and he started his journey from there. And but his brother and his Terry's best friend, they were with him too. So Terry used to walk in front of them, and at the back, like, and they follow him behind on the road. And they had the food, and they used to sleep in the van. So they were in the van, and they just provided him all the support which was needed at that time. Terry, it was a big thing, it was a big journey, and doing it on one leg, and like with the harsh weathers of Canada, it could be like, but he kept walking. And in the beginning, nobody noticed it, but gradually his movement started getting momentum, and the people started realizing. And then he just, like, once, because when he started his journey, he wanted to collect $1 million. $1 million. But then, and I'm talking about in 1980. So $1 million was a big amount. But slowly and gradually, when he started walking, and when he came to a place where there were 10,000 people were used to live in that community, the 10,000 people gave him $10,000. So then he changed his goal from 1 million. He thought, why not to 24 million? Because at that time, the population of Canada was 24 million. And then he just wanted to collect, to raise funds around of 24 million for the cancer research cause. So in the beginning, nobody knew it, but slowly people started realizing, people started accepting, people started giving him money, the people started you standing by the sides of the roads, and he was walking. They used to cheer him, they used to pour the money, and he just came from the first five, and he was in Ontario. So there are Atlantic provinces. So he did all those Atlantic provinces, and then he came in Ontario. And by that time, the media started giving him coverage, and give the updates of what he is doing on daily basis. And he got the huge welcome, he got the huge money. But now, and it's been like 142 days, he's been walking like 42 kilometers every day for 142 days. He only missed one day, so he kept on doing that. It was not easy. Even it's not easy for the normal person, a person with two legs, but he was doing it with one artificial leg. and he kept missing his all appointments. He knew that something is not good, but he was stretching himself, he was pushing himself. And on September 1st, when he was at the place which is called Thunder Bay, it is closer to my province, like, because after Ontario is Manitoba, where I live, and he just could not go further from there. So by that time, the ambulance and the doctors, they also followed him, and it became the whole country's movement. It became the whole country's cause, and he got the promotion. Like he was visible now. And then what happened? He just can't go further from there, like on 1st of September, and he just took to the hospital, and with his brief checkup, it was declared that he has cancer again in his both lungs. So he had cancer in his left and right lungs, and he cannot do further. So he had to stop it. He wanted to do it not only for research, but he wanted to do it just to give the respect and the honor to the to disabled people as well. He wanted to change the perspective of Canadians towards the disability, towards the people who are disabled. He wanted to honor them. So he was taken to the hospital, he was taken to British Columbia, and within 48 hours, the Canada TV, they had a telethon, and they collected, or they raised around $10 million. And at that time, the province of Ontario, they also gave them 1 million, like British Columbia's province, they also gave 1 million. And this way, the money was coming, and the people are into it. But Terry was more concerned that once if I die, I do not want this movement to stop. I do not want, because more money means more research means more children are cured, or people are cured from this disease. So at that time, uh, like the people were coming in, and the whole Canada walked. Within few days, they had a walk in September, and then they collected again a lot of money. So for the next 10 months, Terry was taking, like he was taking all the medications and the treatments, but he could not survive. And before turning 23 in June to 81, Terry lost his battle. And this was it was not only the Terry's family's loss, it was the loss of the whole country. And after that, his family, his parents, his brothers, they had started a foundation. They had started a foundation by the name of Terry Fox Foundation, in which they regularly they raise funds, they launch walks, and since then, every year, from East Coast to West Coast, even the North Territories, in every school, thousands of children in the month of September, they walk and they collect funds, they collect money, and all that money is used for the research, cancer research projects, and they have built so many. And Canada has literally made breakthroughs in the cancer research. So in 2015, I came to know about Terry, and at that time, I was volunteering in a school, and I had my cancer was diagnosed, and after my operation, I had some time between my treatment, so I just started volunteering in a school, and the first time I walked there, and since then I just walk every year in the month of September, and some schools they do in early October. So uh, and I just am thankful to him, and for all the children, for raising the money and making it possible for me, because my journey of the cancer and all this thing, like all of this treatment, was just made easy and possible without spending any money, because of him. Thank you, Teddy, for running for me. Thank you for running for all people who are having cancer. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing my channel. Thank you.